All right, ladies and gentlemen, I took these tongs out of the homemade rust remover. Came out pretty good, and they're bent. The handle's bent. I don't know if you can really see, but the pry bar nail puller part, one side is bent up. They're beat up pretty bad on the end. Screwdriver's been used so many times to pry, it's pretty messed up. This part's bent wrong. Cutter part is still in pretty good shape. It's got a little ding right there. So I'm gonna put it over the wire wheel, and and it's a Vanguard Bushnell manufactured, Chicago, Illinois. So it's probably 1910s, 1920s. Vaughan, same Vaughan company, I think, still is around, makes Vaughan hammers. But anyways, let's clean it up. I'm probably gonna glue it, but if I get that far, I'm gonna try to straighten it up and see what it looks like. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty messed up. But if I can get it close, I got a couple of these. I use them for nail pullers. That's all I use them for. This would be very useful for fence pliers. And most of you guys don't know, or if you've never built hog wire fence for hogs or cattle panels or anything like that, these would come in handy for that. I don't do a whole lot of that anymore, but I still, matter of fact, not this week after next, I gotta tear down some hog wire, or I don't even know. It's a mixture of hog wire panels and bob wire. I got to tear down, help a guy take out. So be able to use that for this, or for that. This tool for that's what I mean. But anyways, enough talking. Let's go to the wire wheel. All right, cleaned them up, and they are Vaughan Bushnell. Not a bad piece. You can see they were beat on, used as a hammer. I'll clean that up, probably use the Dremel instead of a file on that, the sharp edges. But let's try to straighten this up. I want to try to fix the handle part of it. That's that and the screwdriver part. Hey, you guys can straighten your stuff up however you want, but I'm going to use my press here. It's not the best press in the world. The thing works for me for what I need it to do. I probably do a lot of this in the vise, but I'll use the press. My tools, my rules. It's the only thing about the press, when you release it, the hydraulic, Pretty straight. I wonder if that's supposed to be bent that way. We'll leave it like that for now. This thing's bent in different directions. A little better. Do a little at a time until I get it where I want. Still, this, what is wrong? I can see it in the picture. It looks twisted a little bit. All right, let me work on it a little more. I'll be back. All right, what I'm going to do now is kind of clean up the ends there. See how that is? Same with that one. That one's really bad. Now, take the drum to it, clean it up a little bit. I'm gonna use a file on the jaw, the plier, the teeth part, whatever you want to call it. And I can't see if you guys can see, but there's a little bit of pitting and it's just slightly rough there. And you can see some of the original mill marks. So I'm gonna clean it up with a file because I can. I got the time. I might as well. Oh yeah, clean up real good. Now do the other side, and the other side I can almost see, and they weren't from the factory. They weren't really, you know, perfect back in that, at the turn of the century. Then they didn't have tools like we have now that are so precise. I mean, they close good now. See if you guys can get. I mean, I spent maybe what, 20 minutes doing all this. I can grab staples with them now. I can pretty much grab whatever I want. It's not going to hurt anything. These weren't made for what I'm going to use them for anyways, so pull nails and staples. And I'm probably going overboard. I mean, most people wouldn't take this much time. They just throw something like this in their toolbox and call it good, but I want a usable, good tool, no sharp edges, nothing that'll, yeah, all the edges are nice and cleaned. There's an edge right there I need to take off, but anyways, I'll get ready to blue them here in just a moment. All right, guys, I'm getting ready to blue these, and so clean it with some carb cleaner is what I'm going to do. See the black, it's coming off. Clean all as much as I can off, and then blue it. These are actually turning out pretty nice, better than I thought they were going to be. Not going to use these a lot, like I said, but if I do use them, at least I know I'll have a good tool. I got some denatured alcohol. That's what I should be using. The only problem is denatured alcohol comes in a can that just leaks and spills everywhere, so I've got to get a bottle or something to put it in. Probably go and get one of those ketchup bottles from the dollar store. That seems to work really well. I use carburetor cleaner, it works just fine. I haven't had any problem, for those of you that are going to ask. And no, it's not going to kill me. Or at least it hasn't yet. And I've been using it for 50-something years. Yeah, see the black? I want to try to clean it, get it to the point where nothing comes off. And when you get to that point, it's ready to blue. And I'm not worried about fingerprints because most of the oils I have in my fingers right now are gone because of the carb cleaner. I'm definitely not worried about it. I know someone's gonna say something. They always do. All right, let me go get some tea. I want something to drink for one. Oh, there's trash around this right here. Oh, okay, so I got to do a little better cleaning right around the pivot or rivet. It's actually, I think this is a beaded in rivet. Yeah, see the trash is coming off? There's a lot of trash around this pivot. I need to clean that the best I can. I'd like to have seen back in the day how these rivets were done. This metal's not that hard. I expected it to be harder. All right, I'll be right back. All right, sorry, got carried away doing other things. I'm using this cold bluing material right here. Good stuff, no rinse. You blue it, wipe it off, and then steel wool it, you're good to go. I use same brush over and over. I clean it every time I use it. Look at that, look how it takes. Oh, this is turning blue real good. Probably gonna do 2 coats on this. Look at that. You can use a cotton swab, you can use whatever you want. The only reason I don't use cotton swab, it has a tendency to absorb a lot and you kind of waste it on the cotton swab, where on this little brush here I can control the amount I put on and where I put it, and it works. It works for me. If you find something that works for you, keep doing it. If you guys like using a Q-tip, use a Q-tip. I prefer this. I don't like using a Q-tip. Like I said before, my tools, my rules. I do it my way. I'm just showing you guys different ways of doing things. If you like it, fine. If not, well, no big deal. Works for you. If you got a better way of doing it, do it. Sounds like my neighbor just fired up his motorcycle. All my motorcycles burn up in a fire, so never replaced them. Too many idiots on their phones trying to kill me anyway, so. God, you gotta love people and their phones. I wonder what they'd do if they didn't have their phone trying to get home. I wonder if people can find their way home without their phone. You know, I was taught to read the stars, sun, things like that, points, you know. Pay attention to where you are so you can get back. Never understood why people get lost. Even if you do get lost, make a game of it. Yeah, I'm getting off topic. This tool, this is going to be nice. This is turning out to be very nice. I like the color of it already. Check that out. That is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Oh, and it's Brownell's liquid gun bluing. This is what they call cold bluing. You're supposed to wait 60 seconds, one pass dry. Sorry guys, got interrupted by my wife. Anyways, wipe dry after 60 seconds is what it says. The problem you have, it's really hard to wipe dry in 60 seconds, one pass. So do what you can. This is what I do. I'm showing you. Probably won't edit this video much. Some of you already seen this, know what, but there's some new guys online, the ladies. I had a lady the other day tell me, one of my locals that watches my video, she said she wanted to see a little slower, a little more. So, and my videos are long as they are anyways, but I don't mind. My editing skills sucks. The hardest part is getting underneath there and drying that. Normally what I do is I fire the air compressor up and blow. Look at there. Look where I missed. Look at that. You see I missed a spot there and I missed those spots. Let's just do this. See how it's taking it? I'm not even going to wait 60 seconds. I'm just going to wipe it off. Now, I'm going to go over, fire the air compressor up, and dry up underneath it. Might not even do that. The heck with it. Let's just not even bother. Let's just steel wool it. Let's go with steel wool. You see what it looks like? See how uneven the color. Yeah, see there's moisture coming out from underneath the pivot. All right, now look. You can see the difference. See what I just polished with the steel wool? See what I haven't? Now, what I'm gonna do, since the steel wool is hard to get, I'm just gonna use a brass brush in there. I missed a spot right there. Look there. Oh, the top. I didn't brush the top very well. All right, check that out. Looks pretty good, I think. It'll look better. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put another coat on this. Let's do that now. Let's add a little bit more. Whatever you do, do not dip out of the bottle and keep dipping out of the bottle because you'll contaminate the whole bottle. So pour it in another small container and then get after it. I don't think it's going to take much color, but I have found that putting the waste oil on it does a better job of darkening after you put your first coat on. I think, if I remember right, this thing was pretty rusty when I first got it, so I think I'm doing pretty good with what I got. Now this part of the video is probably going to be long, but oh well. You guys can fast forward what you like. Like I said, there was a lady who wanted me to show more what I was doing, so I've made a few local monsters. They're competing now with me for looking for tools. It's funny. And I got fiber from all over this thing, from the cotton, from the steel wool. All right, that's second coat. I'm gonna call that good, and then I'm gonna wipe it dry, steel wool it, and then I'll come back and coat it with some oil. Be right back. All right, guys. The bluing took really well. Now, what I'm gonna do, I've got some old waste oil. I've got some old waste oil. This oil came out of my truck when I changed oil. And I'm just gonna coat it liberally. And it's a warm day today. It's gonna be near 70. So I am going to set this outside in the sun on a little black cookie sheet and just let it absorb some of the oil. I think the acidic value, the old acidic value in the oil makes it I don't think it absorbs metal. I don't think it really absorbs the oil, but it definitely darkens it. So there you go. A little messy, but I'm gonna go set it outside in the sun and let it sit there all day. Actually about 6 hours, 6.5 hours, because by then I got some ribs smoking And by the time the ribs are done, this will be done. And then we'll see what it looks like. All right, brought these in from outside. They've been sitting in the sun all day. And they do look good. They still has a little bit of coating of oil on them. If I leave them sit in the sun on a really good warm day, if I do it for a couple days, most of the oil evaporates. And it leaves a real nice sheen. So I'm trying to get them wiped down real good. I found an old cookie sheet at the Goodwill store, old black one, and I set these in it, and the sun just heats. You feel these are warm. Man, they feel good. One, because I got cold hands right now. But yeah, and these turned out nice. All right, ladies and gentlemen, check that out. Look at them. Hang on a sec. My camera's turning yellow again. All right. They turned out really nice. Look at that. That waste oil makes them, I don't know, gives it a black sheen to it. Once you wipe the oil off, you don't feel it on your hands or nothing. It's just all I use this waste oil is it has a chemical reaction to the bluing. It makes it darker. But there's the name of the company, Vaughn, and what is that? Bushnell Manufacturing. They're a lot straighter than they were, and of course the end is repaired. I should have thinned them out a little bit more, but these are going to pull staples more than anything. It's not a nail puller, it's more of a staple puller. If you guys ever done fence work, you'll understand what I'm saying. Nice bite to it. The jaws are probably a little too sharp. But anyways, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Tell me what you think. Not a fancy tool by any means. I think I may even have $1 in this thing. And this thing was rusted pretty bad when I got it. Now it's a good usable tool. Can't really complain. And this is a tool that sit in your toolbox for years, but when you need it, it's very useful. For one, I have one of these at work, a smaller one that I use to pull nails, tacks, things like that. And don't use it very often, but it comes in very handy when you need it. I can cut wire with it. Like I said, pull nails. It's not designed to cut nails or to cut bolts or anything like that, but to use as a gripper to pull, or it works great for pulling nails. I'm here to tell you right now. But anyways, all right, guys, that's enough of me talking. Tell me what you think. You know, you like it, you don't like it. It's a good used tool. I spent, 45 minutes to an hour getting it fixed, making it usable. Yeah, what else can I say except it's a good used tool. That's all it is, just a good used tool. All right, guys, give me thumbs up, thumbs down. Tell me what you think. Subscribe if you like. Y'all have a good day.